Welcome to the Science of Cloning. In this chapter, we will talk to you, SARA, ISABELLA, and MONIKA. Our purpose is to make everyone aware of the great secrets of science. Thank you for spending this time with us. Let's start now. Clone armies were cloning Star Wars? Or have you ever wondered if it's possible to clone your pet? Stay on this podcast and we will show you how your pet can be cloned. My name is Monica.
I am Isabella.
And I am Sara, and now you will hear the story of the latest advances in animal cloning. But first, let's start with the main thing, Isabella. Did you ever hear about that? What is cloning?
Yeah, I read it in a science article. Cloning is a technique used to create exact genetic replicas of genes, cells, or entire animals. This means the clone has the same DNA as the original organism. In easy words, it's the process of creating genetically identical copies of an organism. But did you know that there are two types of cloning in animals?
Of course, the first one is embryo training. This method involves splitting an embryo in half. Then each half is then placed in a surrogate mother's uterus and both parents evolve into genetically identical animals, resulting in two genetically animal organisms. But there's also another type. Have you heard of it?
Sure, the second type is the somatic cell nuclear transfer, known as SCNT. In this one, scientists transfer the DNA from a somatic cell into an egg cell that has had its nucleus removed. After that, the egg develops into an embryo with the same genes as the donor cell, and then the embryo is then implanted into a surrogate mother to grow. By the way, in case you don't know, a somatic cell is any cell that is not a sperm or egg cell, such as nerve cells, muscle cells, skin cells, blood cells, and bone cells.
That sounds interesting. Now, girls, have you heard about the cloning applications in the agriculture?
Of course, cloning improves livestock replicating animals with desirable traits for better milk production, meat quality, and disease resistance. Cloning also helps biopharmaceuticals, the production of pharmaceuticals through genetically modified clone animals.
But that's not all. I read that it can also lead to more uniform and predictable livestock farming, improving farm efficiency. And in addition, cloning accelerates the reproduction of the most productive livestock, ensuring that high-quality genetics are maintained and propagated quickly.
Okay, but one of the best benefits is that the healthiest animals can reduce the need for antibiotics, resulting in healthier food production. But did you know that it also has benefits in medicine and conservation? For medicine, it can create genetically identical animals for consistent disease study and treatment testing, and for conservation, it helps preserve endangered species and maintain genetic diversity.
That's fascinating, but have you ever heard of Dolly the sheep? She was an essential step in the beginning of animal cloning.
Yeah, I do. She was the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell, proving that the specialized cells could create an organism. She was the successful result of a cloning, using SCNT. What happened was that the nucleus of a Mary Glancer from a Dorset sheep fused with an enucleated egg from a Scottish sheep. The embryo was implanted in a surrogate mother, and also you have to know that Dolly's cloning advanced genetics and stem cell research, demonstrating the potential and challenges of cloning technology.
Yes, Sarah, you're right. She was a great step in the evolution of animal cloning, but now I will go back a little because I'm going to give you a short summary of the history of cloning. It all started in 1885, where Hans Driesch demonstrated artificial twinning of embryos using sea urchins. Later, in 1902, Hans Speedman successfully carried out artificial twinning of embryos in salamanders. In 1952, Robert Briggs and Thomas King achieved the first successful nuclear transfer in France.
Oh, I know this story too. I remember that after that came modern cloning, which was in 1996, where Dolly the sheep became the first mammal clone for an adult somatic cell using SCNT. The animals that were cloned after her, like cows, goats, pigs, and horses, were called post-dolly. The next step in this story was the current advances and technological improvements, such as CRISPR. The name is strange, but it is genome editing technology that has improved the accuracies and efficiencies of cloning. And finally, stem cell searches. Advances in stem cell technology have improved the success rates and applications of cloning.
What you said about genome editing technology caught my attention. It is an amazing method and technology that can add, alter, or delete genetic material in the genome. I also know that one of the most important tools is CRISPR-Cas9, which allows scientists to make precise changes to the DNA of organisms. But now I want to talk about something different, the topic of ethical considerations.
That's a very good topic. However, I think that cloning always has consequences, in this case, negative ones. Since there are high failure rates and many cloning attempts result in spontaneous abortion, stillbirths, or animals with serious health problems. And also due to the suffering of some of them, cloned animals often suffer from genetic abnormalities and a shorter life expectancy.
Yes, that's true, but I think there are more benefits. Cloning can be a valuable tool in the fight against species extinction, allowing biodiversity to be preserved even when natural reproduction is no longer viable. Cloned animals also can be genetically modified to produce pharmaceuticals in their milk or blood. This gives more efficient production of medicines.
I agreed with both of you, but for my part, I see more the possibilities that I could give us in the future, since animals cloning continues to evolve and offers many possibilities. In fact, I saw a news story where it said that scientists are exploring the possibility of cloning extinct animals, such as mammoths, although this is still somewhat difficult. However, cloning can help preserve the genetic diversity of livestock and endangered species.
Animal cloning has made significant progress since its first experiments, with notable achievements such as the leadership. Cloning continues to provide consistent model from disease research, improving livestock, and helping to preserve endangered species. Animal cloning also holds immense potential for scientific advances and promise a future in which genetic research can lead to healthier ecosystems.
This is all for today's Sharper. We hope you like the topic of cloning animals.
See you in another chapter of the Curiosities of Science. Thanks for listening us.